Good morning, fish keepers. New guy here. I'm Phil with Durango Aquatics. Today I want to talk about this planted tank that's a little bit of a train wreck. So what I've got going is some hair algae issues. I have some what look like nutrient deficiencies in the Java fern. What I've learned is that I've got lots of nitrates that are not coming from my fertilizer. I need to delete this canister filter that I got on here because all of my nitrates need to come from my fertilizer and not from, biological filtration. We'll take a look at what we got. I've got to trim some of the plants and we'll go from there. So enjoy the time lapse and we'll talk a little bit about what I did when I'm done. Okay, so before we get into how I'm going to fix this tank, let's take a close look at what we got in here. So to the left here, I have a bunch of Pogostemus stellatus octopus that is growing out of control. I've trimmed it twice since it's been in here, and it needs to be trimmed again. If I can zoom in on, there's a little bit of hair algae kind of growing in and amongst the leaves and the stems. We'll have to get all that out of there. Down low we got a couple of crypts. I think I've got one crypt lutea, the one on the right I believe. The one on the left is crypt wendeti. Okay, right behind there is, which you can't even see, and it stunted its growth because it's being shaded by the octopus, is I've got an Amazon sword plant back there. Right next to it is a crinum, which isn't growing, but it is hanging on. So I need to get it out of there, where it is, and try to get it some nutrients. So right next to that is some Bacopa carolinea. It has not grown, but it's hanging on as well. Okay. Down low I've got some Anubias nana growing onto a small rock. Don't mind the screen that the Java moss was on. It's kind of floated up in there behind the piece of driftwood. You can barely see it. And then right there on this rock I've got some Anubias nana petite. Next to it is a red melon sword. Up on the driftwood is Java fern, which shows some serious nutrient deficiencies. So we will address that. And then on the right is some Ludwigia. I'm not quite sure what the species is, but it's actually growing fairly well. So I will trim that down as part of the process. The substrate is Seachem fluorite, and the lighting is simply 3 T5 LED of various type. So I don't really know what the lighting temperature is, which will be something that I address in the future, getting a decent plant light on this tank. So without further ado, we'll get to work. can see it looks like there's not a lot of plants, but I had to remove a lot of dead leaves. So I will keep this tank for a while. I'll shoot another video showing the growth. I'm thinking of taking a picture of it like once a week for the next few weeks, couple months, and showing kind of a time lapse of what it looks like. I think that'll be a pretty cool video. So stay tuned for that. And of course, I appreciate everybody subscribing. Subscribing helps. Ring that notification bell so you know next time I release another video. And as always, keep fish keeping. See ya.